On this week's breaking news, LEGO gives a set out to people who own Bugattis. The X-Files is getting its first set. We have a one-piece mini-sode coming, and a bunch of other fun news. All that and more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brickware, my newest venture into the A-Full merchandise, the ultimate LEGO-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the LEGO system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brickware brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic LEGO bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any LEGO enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the LEGO system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic LEGO elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore A-Full or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brickware page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the LEGO spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brickware, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow A-Fulls about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you really trying to continue your support of the podcast, and hopefully you're enjoying it, because I still am too. There are off days and on days, but I'm getting through it and enjoying every minute as I continue to learn about LEGO and all the things, because it still interests me, even if I've kind of slowed down with my LEGO life. But I hope you haven't, because that's why we're here. I realize that that's probably bad advertisement for my own podcast, but hey, I'm honest, and you all know that. That's why you're here listening to me. I also want to thank the patrons, because they're the ones that support in the background to really help keep this place alive. I'd love it if you could come support me as well. You can go check that out on our Patreon page and become a LEGO stud. On the admin side, I am home. My wife is still back with her family, and unfortunately, I had to figure out how I'm going to be a host alone, which I don't think has happened since college. So it's been a very long time to, organize everything, make sure everyone's got food. And I mean, they're both my buddies, so I'm excited to do it. It's just something new, and so I'm adjusting, and I'm still working on my 3D printer as I've printed the Lego Blaster, which is from not the old one with the stud shooter, but a different one, which is still pretty cool. So I'm really enjoying my 3D printer. Now, enough with the admin side. We're going to be doing our set reviews at the end of the episode, where I do one set that's a LEGO set and usually one set that is a rebrickable set, but I've decided to do two rebrickable sets. The LEGO set is going to be set 76346, Spider-Man hero figure, as we're approaching the new Spider-Man movie. And then our mocks, the first one is Bikini Bottom Microscale Mock by MB Mocks, and then a mini version of Sagrada Familia by Paulo Padros. So I'm excited to talk about those. Make sure to stick around after the news to hear what I think, and maybe you'll be interested in getting them yourself. All right, everyone, let's get into this week's first breaking news story. Pick-a-Brick is getting some updates, specifically for the US market and the British market, but they're continuing to upgrade it, and these things will roll out probably worldwide soon. Pick-a-Brick list tutorial. So there's a way that you can start adding the bricks that you want to your list. Some things that are favorite, if they're currently in stock or not in stock, so you can create this really nice list for it. And saving those pieces means that you can select them and hopefully come back and they'll be in stock. Sometimes, they jump in and out of stock, and it's nice to have the option of, having that want list, because you're still building your sets and maybe you don't need them anymore, or you're really waiting for them to pop up again, and this gives you the opportunity to track it. That's the only big thing right now, but that doesn't mean that there will be more improvements coming soon. This is just a additional improvement that makes it easier for all of us that love Lego pieces from Pick-a-Brick, because they're directly from Lego, and gives you the option to watch and wait, and then once they're there, buy. Speaking of Lego Spider-Man, we're getting this Spider-Man magazine. This is going to be number 22 in the UK, and you're getting a nice little edition of a collector's tin. This one comes with the Spider-Man face as a small metal collector's tin to go with it, which matches the face of the minifigure that also comes with it, which is the Captain America Civil War Battle minifig. It sells for about $9 for that specific set. This is issue 22, and by issue 23, we're going to get some more different things, specifically probably to add to, the new movie that we're getting. There's rumors of the Hobgoblin becoming one, so full orange, and a really nice little flying wing that he usually does. I'm excited to see Luna. What is wrong, baby? She's freaking out. She's frustrated. She's a frustrated pup right now as I do the podcast. But if you're in the UK and you want this new edition, you'll get that fun little tin. Not only is there this comic book, but also a brand new large-scale Spider-Man figure. And this one, Tom Holland got to meet. Before the movie comes out, this is a large-scale version that took over 166 hours from the Brickman exhibitions. It's 21,056 pieces. Ryan Brickman McKnight talked about building this fun thing and having it ready for Tom Holland and his new movie coming out. And it's really cool. I don't know if it's exactly to scale of him, but he's pretty small and it looks like it is. There's a video over on Marvel Style you can check out, and the Spider-Man movie to see Spider-Man kind of kneeling down on the edge of a brick building. It looks cool. There's a whole time-lapse video as well. I always love a big build like this, and it's very impressive when they get these constructed, especially with that many pieces. He's the brick man, so he's got a lot of connections, and I think he's supplied directly by Lego for this, and Marvel commissioned it. So it is cool, and congratulations to Tom Holland getting more Lego that is embodying of him and his Spider-Man. As the LEGO house celebrates its 10-year anniversary, over on LEGO Ideas, they had a 10-year competition where they have 3 different categories: Dress to Impress, the Perfect Celebration Gift, and the Home of the Ultimate Celebration. And they've finally made their selections. All those that have been selected will be displayed at the LEGO house, but then they're going to come up with their top voted set. And what you can do is you can go over to LEGO Ideas and jump in there and cast your vote. It's until August 3rd, so you can vote on your favorite build, and then, of course, they'll do runners-up and all that. But there are some very impressive builds in there. As always, it's really fun to see what will go into the LEGO house, specifically to these categories. I had 2 in there, and it's a pride thing. That's like one of the, what's something people don't know about you is like, oh, I had a Lego set in the Lego house in Billund, where Lego's from. This is a really fun achievement for these people to have, and go and celebrate and cast your vote. LEGO Insiders sometimes has some interesting events or things that they put on their webpage that you can get for points or discounts or what have you. But they haven't done a lot of things throughout the time. They sometimes throw out, instead of a gifted purchase or a thing that's exclusive to a set, they'll put over there. And it seems we're getting a very exciting event coming soon for LEGO Insiders. Now, it's not specifically outlined what it'll be. Hopefully, it will be a nice gifted purchase that you can purchase, but you purchase points instead for that. And we'll see that later this month. So look out for the LEGO Insiders, and maybe I'll be talking about it in the news shortly. The LEGO Group will be attending Gamescom again in 2026. The last time they did it, they revealed the new Batman game. So what are they going to do now? Are we going to get another LEGO video game release, or are they going to talk about like updates to our current games that we have? I think the prospect of having another large-scale game like Batman would be crazy to do at Gamecon again, but I wouldn't put it past them. They've been working pretty hard, especially internally, to build up their games, but they definitely will be talking about something. It's talking about games. They'll probably even have Fortnite sets, and maybe some the what was the other one? The PlayStation is rumored, so maybe we'll see that at the event as well. Maybe some recreations of games would be really cool in LEGO, like GoldenEye or something. LEGO is having a make and take event for their August 1st releases of the Pokemon Smart Play sets. This is going to be on August 1st. And what it is it's just a small Pokeball that has a target kind of form, I guess. You're supposed to throw your Pokeball at it, and it hits it, knocks it down, and springs it back up because it's got these rubber Technic pieces, so it'll hit it and bounce. And the Pokeball is, that weird, not circular form to it, and the target's fine. I wish that they just had a little Pokemon or something. This is going to start at 9 at UK stores, but likely we'll see something in the US. Just not sure what. It'll most likely be at the flagship stores, so you can wait or ask somebody when you go to your local Lego store, hey, are you guys doing an event? And maybe you'll get on the list to get that set, because of course people are going to be interested in the Smart Play bricks. Of course, everybody wants the Pokemon Smart Play bricks. Said no one. LEGO Ideas sometimes removes some sets from their review process just quietly instead of actually, explaining or letting it go all the way to the end. They did this with a former LEGO employee that put a design and it reached 10,000. And another one. This one is Dean's Baby Supernatural TV show was removed after it already reached 10,000 votes. Now, we're not sure exactly why. Maybe it's like the violent aspect of it or a religious connotation. Who knows? But it just slowly disappeared from LEGO Ideas. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. Hopefully, they were still compensated for what they did instead of just like, hey, we took it down. Sorry about that. But you never know. That is highly likely. Now, this is a little bit of a disappointment and an annoyance for me from LEGO. LEGO has just revealed the latest of a extremely rare LEGO set that was only made for 250 people. This is the Bugatti Type 35 ultra rare LEGO car. This is the first Bugatti made for racing, one of the best racing cars ever made, for the 26th International Bugatti Meetup in Copenhagen. And it's for the Bugatti Club in Denmark. So we're not only going to see the people who own Bugattis, so the ultra rich anyways, but the King of Denmark, and of course, Kjeld Kirk Christensen and the CEO Niels Christensen will be there for this. This was released it was already happened. It's June 22nd. But that means we're not going to get our hands on it unless somebody decides to sell it on the internets somewhere. It'll be an insane cost. Some rare pieces to it. The wheels look like they're 3D printed. They've got a strap that holds on the spare wheel on the side. I don't see any specific Lego prints that might be exclusive. They do have some dials that look maybe a little exclusive in colors. People do have shots of it, but I don't know if we can reverse engineer it really well. Somebody will attempt it, and I really hope they do because I would love to see it. The Type 35 is a really classic car. It comes in that classic bit bluish color, not blue, like a lighter blue. And then somebody maybe model and 3D print the wheels. It sucks. It is a cool car. Wish we could all have it, but congrats to all the millionaires that own a Bugatti and get to have a Lego set of the Lego classic Bugatti that they have. We've got our new Lego Ideas set. This is the X-Files. It's set 21369. It's 1,478 pieces, a cost of $200, and it'll be released on August 1st. So that is a pretty high price point. Instead of 2,000 pieces for $200, we're looking at almost 13 cents per piece. This is from the iconic TV show in the 90s, and it comes with 5 minifigure. It comes with 8 minifigures, Fox Mulder, Dana Scully, Walter Skinner, Mr. X, Alex Kraker, Carl Busch, and Flukeman, and a gray alien. So that's a lot of minifigures for such a small set. So I guess that's probably what they're going to say, that the piece count, they do have a new mold for the green alien, the gray alien, which I think is really cool. It has a hovering UFO above a field, and then below that, it has their workshop and their office from the show. I've only seen 4 or 5 episodes, so I would need to get back in there and see exactly what the hubbub is all about. But they do have a gift with purchase when you buy this set. It's the X-Files Scully's Lab. It's 221 pieces, and it comes with Scully in a new minifigure form in her full suit or a lab coat, and going through all the different things. And there's a microscope. There's a table with an exam table for probably Alien or what have you, because I didn't watch. And It's a nostalgia pull again since it was selected on Lego Ideas. It is nice. I'd say the minifigures are just classic from the TV show. There are a lot of other TV shows I would like. Maybe Battlestar Galactica would be a pretty cool one. I just have to maybe I'll throw that out to Lego Ideas. Yeah, it's a shot in the dark to see if it'll work. It's pretty expensive, so it's just going to be for the diehards out there. They did do a nice ad placement with the actress who plays Scully, and I think that it'll be fine. They're going to promote it, and it may do well, it may not, but people who are X-File fans are going to love this. Lego's been working with the One Piece over at Netflix to create some fun sets. They did it for season 2 and they did it for season 1, but looks like we're also going to get something fun where it's a Lego version of the One Piece, and it's coming out on September 29th over at Netflix. Not sure how long it'd be. Might be a small, just like a 45-minute or half an hour series or like short film, but all in Lego form animation, which is cute, fun because it adapts from anime to live action back to Lego animation. If you're a One Piece fan and a Lego fan, this is a great tie-in for it. I think there will be a lot of fun little jokes that we know for the quirkiness of One Piece that would be good to enjoy in a Lego form video. Well, the World Cup has finally ended. It was a great run. A lot of people really jumped in and bandwagoned and watched as we finally had the match with Spain versus Argentina. And a lot of, celebrities showed up that had nothing to do with sports and never probably watched soccer until that game because they just wanted to be part of the conversation when they're like, oh, where were you? Oh, I was in the stadium. It was great, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the Lego World Cup, they had the trophy already pre-made but and sold before, but now they came out with one exclusively for the winners, where underneath there's a new plaque that has a round coin that says the world champions, and it has everybody marked up, and in 2026 España as the new winner. And then it even has a 4x4 tile that's inside. When you pop open the form, it slides out with the World Champion Cup and FIFA World Champions España 2026. It was first announced just for Spain, but I think it's expanding. It is the same set. They just changed up a couple pieces, and it'll still be available for $200, but it's coming out on October 1st, so you can celebrate with the World Champion Cup as a Lego form with España recognized on it. We finally got the release of a new architecture set. New-ish. I mean, it's new, but it's just another rebuild of the Tower Bridge. This is in London. It's not the London Bridge. The Tower Bridge is a little bit different, and you'll recognize it because it's got two main mast structures with cablings of a kind of a light blue design, and then an over cross section because it is still a drawbridge. It's at 21067. It's 3,745 pieces at an 18 plus rating, and it'll cost $350. So it's very much like an architecture set where it's got a high piece count, smaller build, but still comparable price. I'd say that it's still creeping up a little bit. I'd say it was probably 300 at one point before just to have something like this, but here we are. And it's available on August 1st. And it has some little cars driving over a double-decker bus. And the detail it's very nice. They've done a great scaling for it. I'm just bored. Like, stop making the same things over and over again. Like, there are so many other options that you could do. Why do this again? I do the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. What are you scared of? It's all red. It's not that hard, apparently, because you've done cable bridges before. Maybe it's not super detailed enough. I don't know. There's options that they should expand to a little bit more. But if people really like the Tower Bridge and they haven't got the older ones, which are much bigger, then they can get this one and travel to London in Lego form instead of going to the real place, because you could probably buy a one-way ticket to London with that, just the price, possibly, if you get a good deal. Lego has done another art set. This is the Gustav Klimt The Kiss. It is exactly 4,000 pieces at an 18 plus rating for $300 and available on August 1st. Now, if you haven't seen this photo before, go and check it out. The painting is very intricate of the two people, very yellow form, and kneeling down where there's a man leaning over and giving a woman a kiss with her neck on the cheek sideways there. It is the largest Lego art set that they've done before, and it is very detailed, but honestly, I'm going to say a lot of people don't know it. It is, I mean, I know it, but that's just because it is one of the like well-known art pieces. So there might be a lot. I could be just making a judgment call instead of actually considering that people are far more artistic or understanding about different things than I am. Um, but it's a big risk, and there's even like articles and different things out there that talk about this, that this is not the most well-known art. Are they expanding into other art pieces because they've already captured the biggest ones in Lego art form? I guess we're gonna find out. It is 4,000 pieces, $300. That's not terrible, but you have to also like the art piece. We have quite a few rumors for 2027, and it is crazy that we're getting to this point where they're now just calculating and showing all the different ones. There's a whole list over at Stone Wars, and specifically like for Disney, we've got Aurora's Mini Castle, The Lady and the Tramp. We've talked about some of these. We know Dragon Ball Z is coming, but we don't know exactly what that is. Fortnite, we have a P1000. And Harry Potter, we've Harry meets Dobby, kind of his room, which would be fun. Dune, Lord of the Rings, the Elephant, K-pop Demon Hunters. We're gonna get another set. Not sure exactly what that will be. Lord of the Rings, Lunar New Year, so many things. And if you try to like maintain all of them, it's impossible to do so. There's so many that are rumored. And things change too. But we have reputable sources that come out and do these things. But if you're interested, you can go check. This list will probably continue to be updated, and we'll talk about them as they're revealed, as there might be a couple things we'll talk about at the end of the episode for some brand new news. There's a great article over at the Wall Street Journal talking about Lego and the Smart Play brick. And it talks about, is this integration worth it? Is this the right thing for Lego to do? We're entering a new age where kids want to play more so with the screens than actual Lego. So integrating technology in the Lego brick is something that Lego took a huge risk on. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars to create this brick. And I personally don't think it's going to succeed. I think that if they integrate it in a better way in the future, maybe. But I mean, it's expensive. The sets don't look as good as other sets at the same price point. The brick needs to, it's not in every set. You have to buy sets that have it because you can't buy it individually. So I think the Wall Street Journal, if you have a subscription, because I don't, and so I can't read it from the business section, is it going to create a new upgrade in their digital era and integration, or have they misstepped? It's a good read. I would go check out what you can read, and if you have somebody that can just break it down or have the subscription read it to you, because it's a great bedtime story. It's time for some news from Legoland. It's time for Brick or Treat with Lego Monsters. Now, it's not actually time. That's going to be in the Halloween season, but it's coming. You're going to see some large-scale people dressed as minifigs of the zombie cheerleader, the piranha plant, I guess you could say, Frankenstein, the Dracula. So you're going to go, and they do have days where you can actually do trick-or-treating, have your kids dress up, walk around the park, and get some candy, and probably some events as well. They decorate the front sign with like cobwebs and different things. It's a good way to get the family out to do some trick-or-treating with a bunch of other kids in a really fun environment such as a Legoland. We've got some new leaked images of the Shrek Minifigure series. It has all of our favorite characters: Shrek, Fiona, Donkey. There's even the three mice, but they're all spread out. We've got the big bad wolf. We have what's his name? Lord Farquaad. There's the dragon. The dragon looks a little weird. I will say that. And they have the magical wizard character, which honestly they should have switched with the ugly stepsister. We have Fairly Godmother and Prince Charming. So it's a really broad range of all of our favorite characters from the Shrek movies. So I'm excited to see this come out. I will have to collect all these because I'm a huge Shrek fan, and I can't wait to have them displayed with the other sets that are coming out, because they already released the one with Donkey and Shrek, and then we're going to get the swamp, of course. So hopefully we'll get more to accompany that. And last bit of news is we have new leaks from the Doomsday movie. where we have a bunch of new sets, specifically the new Avengers Tower for the new Avengers with Doctor Doom and the team up with the new Avengers. And I think we've even got, what's his name? The Human Torch, a new Quinjet. This one has Doctor Doom, the Thing, and Captain America. And then we have the X-Men versus a Sentinel. And it looks really cool. Thor's in it. So there's a lot of blends here of the different characters. Then we have a new bust of Doctor Doom, similar to what they just did for Darth Vader, and continue to do other ones like that. It's fine. It'll probably be very expensive, but Doctor Doom will be the new character. He is the baddest of the bad for the Marvel Universe. So I'm excited to see the movie. Optimistic, but I'm going to hold back just a little bit, because I don't want to set too much stock in it right now. But I'm excited to see the movie, and these sets I think will align pretty well with it, similar to what they've done in the past for the Avengers movies. And that's all the breaking news we have. Thank you all for tuning into this week's podcast. I appreciate your support as well as your time learning about the Lego world and what's been happening in it. Make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell the kid that you saw walking down the street, anyone that would really need to learn about the Lego news. And then you can also check out my YouTube and the Instagram, but I don't really post there anymore because I kind of got burnt out on that. Anyways, but now we're going to move into our set reviews, which we do at the end of every episode. Our first one is a Lego set 76346, Spider-Man Hero Figure. It's a 12 plus set at 813 pieces, and it costs $100. And it has 9 reviews of 4.5 stars, and is available now. You'll earn 650 insiders points for it. And it is a buildable figure similar to what they did with the Iron Man figure, but I think the Iron Man figure is a little bit better, but it's still a really cool posable figure, which is something that the Iron Man figure can't do as well. It comes with a minifigure of Spider-Man to match this. This is the Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and it has really nice printing, a lot of the webbing printing on some of the tiles as they've built the figure. It can be posable in the Spider-Man like landing. You have his legs crossed, giving a thumbs up, which the thumb is kind of backwards, so you might want to fix that. You have him looking like he's swinging on a web. He does have a web that he looks like he's shooting, but I guess you could imagine it as being attached to something. And it's a decent sized figure. I think for anyone of the age of 12, it would be pretty enjoyable. And if you're a huge Spider-Man fan, it captures it really well compared to what they've done with the other figures, where it's just the smaller version. Where it's just like, instead of a brick built face, they had the single printed piece for it. This ventures into the brick-built version, similar to, like I said, Iron Man, as they continue to do this. The posability really sells this set. If you're interested in Love Spider-Man, especially as the new movie comes out, you can go over to the link in the description, which is an affiliate link, and you can help out the channel. Now we're going to move into our 2 set reviews from Rubricable. Our first one is Bikini Bottom Micro Scale Mock by MB Mocks. It's 340 pieces, and guess what? The instructions are free. You can go into the link and download the instructions. You can also go into the inventory and upload those to Bricklink. And it comes with all 3 of our favorite characters, as well as their houses. We've got SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward. And the houses, we've got Patrick's Rock, we've got the Tiki Head for Squidward, and the Pineapple for SpongeBob. It does come on an elevated plate or base because to do some of the paths, they definitely needed to add some little strip to make those spacings necessary. The pineapple looks amazing. They did a great job with the shaping of it, and the head for Squidward, and of course the rock with the arrow piece or antenna for TV at Patrick's place. It is a great way to embody SpongeBob without having to buy the large scale ideas set or icon set. I like it a lot. I think he's captured a lot of mini scale versions of things, and this one is another addition that I think really sets it apart. And then you can enjoy SpongeBob, and he even has, I think, another one too that is the Krabby Patty. The Krusty Krab. Why would I say Krabby Patty? That you could add to this as well. So go check that one out. Our second one is the Sagrada Familia by Paulo Pedros, and this one is a mini-scale version of the Sagrada Familia, which became the largest Lego set ever created. and it's also free. You can go and download the instructions and get the inventory as well. And it captures the same iconic spires and the different roofing structures for it, and it's a lot smaller. Then you can also remove the upper roof section and see the interior, which has the columns and the main sanctuary section. So this is definitely a good way to apply, cost savings. It's 979 pieces instead of 12,000 pieces. So that is a major reduction in that. And especially probably coming to cost, we're looking at $170 for this instead of, what is it, $700 or 600 some bucks. So it's still a little expensive. You can adapt it if you build it in studio, and maybe change out some of the colors or the brick pieces to have this, but far better for space if you don't have it to build something like this. All right, everyone, that's all I have. Thank you again for tuning into this week's podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll leave you, as I always do, get creative, get out there, and go build something.